So there are going to be these moments in your career where you find yourself swimming against the grain, right? Where people have a popular opinion about something. There's a perspective that's really out there that many mental health professionals are ascribing to, but that you don't agree with. And if that's the case, it is very important that you be brave and hold fast to your own perspective and opinions. Now, I know that there are going to be times when that might garner a bit of feedback from other people who disagree with you. I understand that that's challenging. But if you don't, there is a cost. So let's talk a little bit about the cost of not really standing up for and owning your voice. One of the things is that you will find yourself making decisions in your business that are based not on what's truly in alignment for you and what's in true for your perspective, but what others are defining as appropriate and successful. And so if you're doing that, you may end up building a business that seems completely foreign to you, something that you don't enjoy and that doesn't really resonate with you because you weren't brave enough to stand up early on and say, no, we're going to do things this way. Another thing that happens, although you may not see a lot of other mental health professionals that agree with your opinion, there is a subsection of clients that are waiting for what you have to say. They are looking for your perspective to be a guiding principle for them in the way that they are approaching their healing journey. And so, if you don't put yourself out there and allow yourself to be seen, even with an opinion that's slightly divergent, where are they going to go to get support, right? Where are they going to go? Another thing is by you speaking up, even if you're going against what others feel to be the popular perspective, you may actually educate some other therapists on another way to look at things that helps them to grow and develop. So I'll give you a couple of examples on times when I've seen this happen just in my career and even with other people, right? So I remember a period of time where people literally felt taking insurance was just it just meant you had low self-esteem. There was something wrong with you if you wanted to accept insurance in your business. Then we moved to a phase where people could see the rates started to rise and it was a little bit easier for people to work with insurance companies. And people could see, well, this could be a tool for you to start, building your business. Now we're in a space again where there's been some new challenges that are arising with regard to insurance that are having people to back away. Through it all, my perspective has always been use insurance as a tool that will work for you and for your clients. If you are a person who, if you were seeking for mental health services and wanted to use your insurance, then you can understand and resonate with the clients who want to do the same. And if you find a way to create systems that allow you to do so, by all means, I think it's wise that you should. Additionally, if you're somebody whose niche really doesn't lend itself to reimbursement with insurance, then you're going to need to build a nice, strong brand and really commit yourself to being cash pay because that's what works for you. So I actually believe that instead of looking at this as what's easier to do, it's more about what's most in alignment to do. And when we approach our business decisions that way, we ultimately will win. Okay. So that's one example of a time when I've been often having an opinion that's divergent from what others think with regard to insurance, but still having to encourage people to do what's best for them. I'll tell you that when you start to build your business in this kind of self-referring way, it will do wonders for not only your sense of confidence and professional esteem, but it will also do wonders with regard to imposter syndrome. Because instead of waiting for someone to validate what you have to say, you'll be the one learning to validate your own opinions, right? You'll be able to get feedback from folks who aren't accustomed to hearing a perspective different than what the mainstream says. And they will become really grateful to see you kind of supporting a perspective or a way of being that's different than most. Okay. And so I'm putting this out here because I'm often working with clients who are in that space. Maybe something about their niche puts them outside of the traditional conversations that people are having. Or maybe something in their lived experience or their perspective will shift the way that they approach their work. There is room for you. And I don't want you shrinking away or becoming smaller at all. Instead, I want you to find a way to confidently, fully stand in the perspective you have and know that there are people who need what you have to offer. Okay. So sometimes when we have these divergent opinions, you can find yourself kind of shyly whispering it in the corner of the room. But there will come a time, if you are successful in overcoming that fear, when you'll stand right out in the middle of the room and share what it is you have to say. So for a moment, I want you to just think about the kind of impact you can have if you really embody your own perspective in how to support people in their healing journey. What difference will that make for the clients that you're ultimately looking to serve? How might that educate your peers and niche mates if you're willing to just really own the perspective that you have on the way to do this work? Think about the way that it will allow you to structure your business in creating unique offers if you really do lean into your own sense of how you believe things should be approached. Okay. A lot of times when we see people who've developed a system or a proprietary approach or some kind of a program related to a mental health perspective, we seem to feel that they somehow have it all together and that they've done something that other mental health professionals can't do. But that's not true. All of those proprietary systems begin with a perspective that's fruit of their own ideas and beliefs combined with their professional expertise. And so if you have your own, then set about doing the research, set about finding out what else is out there in the field and hone your own perspective because it may well be that one day what you think becomes the leading or the mainstream perspective in how we are approaching this work. Today, I just wanted to encourage you to stand up for your own ideas and belief and not allow imposter syndrome to stop you from fully showing up. So if that's helpful, go ahead and like this video or even comment if there's a way that you're willing to show up now that maybe you've been shy to show up in the past. If you haven't already, it's time for you to go ahead and subscribe. Be sure to share this video with somebody that you think it might help them to be a little bit braver. And at the end of the day, make sure that you're taking good care of yourself, taking good care of your clients, and always taking good care of business.